Wow, he got her to her feet again. That's at least something.
How is she, Watson?
It will be difficult for her to speak for some time. She had a narrow escape.
Oh God, not another
Can she
mute in the
walk?
family.
Yes, but why?
Come with me.
We're going to
Your
abandon
brother
her.
is behind this door, miss. He is wounded, but only superficially.
How could you tell?
It is extremely urgent that he opens this door. Can you call to him? Perhaps it will draw him
I
out.
thought she couldn't speak.
David. David.
Young man,
What's
I
having
know that you can
problems?
hear and understand me. We are here at the
Get
request
the
of your
fuck out
sister,
here
who is with
now.
us now. She is very worried about you, and rightly so. The man with me is a doctor. He is going to look at your wound and ease your suffering. Please
charge
come
you
out. Everything will be all right.
Yeah, a lot of
Open
money.
the door, David.
God, my mind.
These gentlemen talk true. Come on now. Open up the door for Eula.
Grab him!
Miss, you should go and get some
How
food
could
for
you
your
see that
brother.
wound?
He
was
must be
hiding
very
behind the
hungry.
bloody door.
Have you finished, Watson?
Well, yes.
I haven't even started.
Very well. Please understand, my young lad, and you too, Miss Eula. We are here to solve an affair that risks many people's
Where's
lives.
she gone?
Furthermore, we have very short time to save them. As for you, young man, you know some very important things.
Oh, there
You
she
must
is.
tell us everything and leave nothing out.
But what are you going...
Listen to me. I will tell
Oh,
you a story.
Jesus.
Davy, 5 days ago, at night, you were woken up by noises from the dining room. First you heard the voice of the gardener, and then a loud blow to the floor. You got up and took the candle, which was lit. Then you went to the dining room. On your way, you found something on the floor and picked it up. It was likely a piece of paper. Afterwards, you went to the door of the dining room and saw the dead body of Colin the gardener
Well
soaking
done
in
for
a pool
reminding
of
you of
blood.
this traumatic event.
You also saw Ashmat, the other servant, dragging Mr. Arnson, who seemed dead, towards the door. Ashmat saw you, struck at you with his knife, and caught you in the arm. Seeing that this blow had not killed you, he raised his knife to strike again and eliminate the only witness to his heinous crime. But something stayed his hand. The item you picked up was far more important. He
so not
paused
something
to
like
snatch it
mercy or
up,
anything.
giving you time to run away and barricade yourself in your room.
But if you were there, why didn't you do anything?
Mr. Holmes was not there, miss. But if he tells you that things have happened in such a way, you should believe him without any doubt.
To question him is wrong.
The hoodoo man.
In some way.
David,
You're the hoodoo you.
to this man, tell the
You
truth.
remind me of the man.
Is this what happened?
man?
The good man saved us both. Do what he tells you, Davy.
Listen to your sister, young man. Now,
Do it
Davy,
or I
can
will
you
hit you
recall
with my
what was
ring
on
hand.
that piece of paper? Think hard now. Watson, your notebook. Be attentive to everything he draws and copy it down exactly.
What? Sorry, I zoned out there. Cthulhu. Okay, a whole bunch of numbers. That's important for me, sir.
Holmes, can we trust these figures and make sense of them? I mean to say, consider
He's
this
got
boy's
an
affliction.
extraordinary memory for numbers,
Ah, this
Watson.
boy. A strange one, isn't he? Watson, let's escort him and his sister to her employer.
This be the Gallagher's place. Thanks, misters.
Miss Eula, we should be thanking you. Now, take good care of your brother. Watson, we must move quickly. The enemy is close at hand, and there's another place we've yet to examine.
Now, do we have lemons? We must have something to help combat the hideous mosquitoes.
Yes, Watson, we must pass this way. Before we venture further, we must find some protection from this merciless
I just-
insect horde. Wait for me here.
Does that mean I have to go up and get some lemons? Because we could have just picked them up when we were up there, you know. Would have been a lot easier. Would have saved me time. Would have saved you guys time.
This should prove useful.
The one time I figure something out ahead. And it's like, no, you can't do that. Come on.
Ah, Holmes! There are thousands of these mosquitoes.
Use the lemon. What? I see. You have to give Watson the lemon.
Holmes!
Oh, shut up! Stop complaining. There you go,
Watson,
little
cover yourself with
crybaby.
lemon juice. It will protect
All
you from
over.
mosquito
Yes.
stings.
Ah, Watson.
Do you know any similar trick to avoid the sting of bullets? We likely need it soon.
Yes, duck and cover. Operation Meat Shield. Get in front of me, Watson. Let's go. On down to the bayou.
There are signs of a struggle here. Perhaps Arnson regained his senses and fought back. Blood, and in large quantities. This bush has been stripped of its lower leaves and slightly uprooted. Someone grabbed hold of the brambles and refused to let
The
go.
brambles, my
His
ultimate
adversary,
enemy.
unable to get him down due to the man's tight grasp, must have cut off his hand.
What?
I would say his right,
Oh!
What a horror!
rather, and quite determined.
Oh, that's brutal. Fighting Anson's gun. There's evidence where the fierce struggle took place in the swamp. Well, this isn't really the swamp yet. On the way from Anson's garden to the riverbank, the violence of this fight is unmistakable as someone's right hand was severed at the same place. I would never be able to tell that. I'd just go, oh, there's some blood here. Someone got in a lot of trouble.
Boat was waiting here. Watson, it seems everything leads to the swamp. How can we get there?
We must find that fisherman. The one at the docks who gave us information. He could help us.
Ah, yes, Mr.
You're
Champagne.
quite right, Watson. Besides, it would be wise to visit a young woman.
Just
A young woman?
generally wise. I mean,
Run,
considering
Watson,
how desperate
run.
you and I are. Oh, Jesus. What the fuck? You guys are terrible shots. I want to kick this sheriff in the teeth. He's a twat.
We outran them, Holmes.
Thank you for pointing.
Surely not,
that
Watson.
out.
They ceased their chase only when they saw we continued towards the port. Apparently, they have orders to kill intruders only as a last resort.
And this is
Is
the
this
last resort
supposed
I'd
to
come
reassure me?
Is that the woman? I see. Apparently, there is a madam we have to talk to. And there she is. Looking suspiciously like a lot of the women from London. And like the madam from the next game as well. Or the next game, the one after.
Good
the
evening,
Jack the
my
Ripper.
darlings. Come to have a little fun, have you?
Ah, yeah.
Well,
Well.
No, madam. We merely wish to speak with one of your boarders about an extremely urgent matter.
Of course
Like
you
getting
do,
me some.
darling. How much money you looking to spend?
The matter is, madam, I must protest. It's not what you think. This is extremely urgent and involves nothing questionable.
Oh, sure. I understand. I know all about these urgent matters you fellas have to talk about with the girls. But
You
unless I see the
stupid
color of your
woman.
money, you and your urgent
Colour
matters
is meant
best
to
keep
have a
on
U in
moving.
it.
And moving. At least there are two of you. You could always lend each other a hand.
Watson, punch this bitch's lights out, will you?
what did she just say? These Americans have such colourful expressions.
Oh. We just call it sodomy. Right, apparently what... I have a knife, I could just threaten her. Right, apparently what we need to do is we need to create the bouquet from the photo by combining all these flowers. And then give them to her. She's
Good
easily
evening,
swayed.
my darlings.
Well,
No, madam. We came to give this bouquet to one of your boarders. You know who I'm talking about.
You know to whom
We
I
have something
refer.
very important to say to her.
Well, you can either show me money or just a bunch of flowers.
Good evening. You brought these flowers? Who are you? What's happened to...
Mr. Arnson? We still do not know exactly what has happened with the gentleman, but we are here to try
He'll
and
be
find
spending a
out.
lot less time
Listen to
on
me,
his
miss.
own now that he's lost his
Lucy.
right hand.
My dear Miss Lucy, my friend and I have come here all the way from England. You may have seen us this morning with the sheriff.
Are you working for him?
No, he's a twat.
Actually, we suspect him of obstructing our investigation. Our case has some remote connection with Mr. Arnson, so we went to his home to talk with him. While there, we found evidence he has been abducted, and one of his servants...
What happened to
has been
Watson's
murdered.
eyes then? They just kind of... He did
Kidnapped?
Undertaker eyes.
But why?
I don't know, but time is running out. Please tell us what you know about Mr. Arnson. And, Miss Lucy, omit nothing. Even the most trivial of facts
I
may
get the
prove
feeling
to
we're
be
going
of
to be here for
great
quite a
import-
while
of
if you've
great
told her
importance.
that.
He is such a kind man and had promised we would be married this autumn. He arrived in New Orleans about 2 years ago. He's a hunter and was to stay but a few weeks. He was after something in the swamp, Lord knows what. Then we met here. I had just started
I'm sure
working,
he's
you see.
very pleased about
Madam
marrying a
said she would let me
prostitute.
leave only if my debts and worth to her was paid off in full. A few weeks ago, Mr. Arneson, said that he had the solution. Maybe he had the money and was kidnapped by people who wanted it.
Maybe.
It would have been a small fortune to most folks around here.
Let's wait for the game to catch up.
And you
with
know
that
where
one.
he could have hidden it?
Oh, I don't care about the money. If it can bring me back
She
to Errol,
random
I'd
cut to the
give
man
it
and just
away
going,
gladly.
ah.
He showed me a secret room upstairs. He shoots with a gun to open it. He says that nobody else can succeed but a real marksman. Behind the wall is a cupboard with weapons and a little box hidden behind a big rifle. His money is inside.
Unless, of course,
to open the
someone
gate of the
uses
cupboard, he uses signet ring that he
a
wears
metal
on his
bar
right
on it.
hand. But how can any of this help you? You don't have his ring.
Oh,
You
but I have
been of
Watson's
greater
ring.
assistance than you may realize, Miss Lucy. If Mr. Arnson is still alive, we shall bring him back to you. Come on, Watson.
Watson's just going, what's going on? I'm confused. But let's watch her walk away. Ooh.
Now, Watson, let's explore this swamp.
You're looking
You
at the
must
madam.
find that fisherman.
Let's
the one at the
explore this
docks who
swamp.
gave us information. He could help us.
Okay, let's give some champagne to champagne. See, I did think about this. It was just a lot. It was a lot later than I thought.
Will
I'll
this
have to
cover the
save
cost of a
soon
boat?
because if I
It
don't
been
want to have
kept
to go
in
through all
a
this
bad
again.
way. My foot, it warm now for sure. All this'll get you is them planks from the wood pile around there.
Oh, I see.
And
Beggars
what
can
of
be
your
fucking
lanterns?
choosers.
Sold.
What do you expect to do with this, Holmes? Build a raft?
No, I
Watson,
expect
let's
you
pay
to
a
build a
visit
raft.
to this Arnson.
But let's save first. Oh, the thought of going through all that again. Apparently we must now go back to the house. Doo-doo-doo. For the French district, there don't seem to be many French names about. Gallagher, particularly.
Would you be so kind as to explain to me why we are coming back with
Oh,
these
you
wood
question
planks?
him now after all
We
this
are
shit.
searching for a signet ring, Watson.
And how do these planks help us find it?
We must recover the hand that wears it, so we must find a way to lure its finder.
But whom are you talking about, Holmes?
Raccoon.
The facts speak for themselves,
There we
Watson.
go.
The key that unlocks Arnson's cupboard is the signet ring he customarily wears on his right hand. There was the very same severed by one of his kidnappers when the poor man clung to the bush we saw on the way to the bayou. It so happens that raccoons are attracted by carrion and also are quite taken by shiny objects. No doubt one has made off with our missing
Unless,
hand
of
and
course,
its
you
ring.
know,
I
maybe they
noticed
took
their
the
tracks
hand with
nearby,
them.
and no doubt
Or
they have
took
a
the
nest
ring off
in
the
this
hand.
area. Find the raccoons and we find our hand.
As you put it, it seems quite obvious, Holmes.
It's
Yes.
simplicity itself. But now we need to place some bait so the little fellow will come out and take us back to his den.
That sounds like a euphemism for, well, Holmes taking his trousers off.